and there's someone, it's kind of like a baton, kind of like a relay race. I'm running my leg, but when my leg is up, I'm passing the baton to someone else who's going to run that next part. And if you're the person who's waiting on me to run the baton to you, you can't start running until I get there. I can remember in high school, there was a guy that was running the baton, and he dropped that thing 2 or 3 times before he got to the next person. And the next person could not begin until they got the baton in their hand. And so John was the forerunner. He was the baton carrier that came to Jesus. And then when Jesus came upon the scene, it was time for John to move on. Now, one of the life applications, Jason, Angie, that we shared was significant about that, Jaleesa, was that some people are in your life for a season. It's not a negative thing. It's just that some people come into your life for a season. Now, we can become extremely bitter and sad when that season is up. Or we can appreciate and thank God for the season we had. And so John's epic moment on the scene of faith, it was but for a season. And he knew in his spirit that his season would come to an end. He knew, and he stated, that there's one who's coming after me who's greater than me, whose sandals I am not worthy, to paraphrase, to even touch. I mean, who wants to touch somebody's filthy feet? He says, I'm not even worthy to touch his filthy feet, the one who's coming after me. And when he comes, over there in John 3:30, it says, I must decrease so that he must increase. And so John knew that his great ministry, his great assignment in the life of God's people, it was for a season. And that season comes to an end in chapter 6 in a very horrific way. But the season comes to an end. And so I just want you to feel and understand. I just want to speak to your mind, to your heart. And I just want you to understand that some relationships are for a season, and some relationships are for a lifetime.